Welcome to Grilling and Chilling with Mojo. Today I am going to make something pretty amazing, and I've never made one before, so I'm like, a little like shy on it, but I'll get it down. Went to a couple meat markets looking for some pork belly and couldn't find any. So I went and grabbed something else right off the bat and said, okay, I'm going to have to cook something different. Well, then on the way home, my wife's like, hey, Costco has some, and I was like, what? I said, why didn't you tell me earlier? But no big deal. Run to Costco. Sure enough, they had a bunch of it, and I was like, here we go. So pork belly, got a pork loin. We're gonna make porchetta. I've never made porchetta before. I'm gonna make it, and there's a lot of different ways you can make porchetta. The true way is, I can't remember the seasoning they put in it. It's the stuff that's almost like a licorice. Can't remember off the top of my head. But I'm gonna make it with a certain type of stuffing, and I'll go over those ingredients here in a second, and it's gonna be interesting. Got the kettle going here, just started it up. I need to get it going to about 275, and then we're gonna try to keep that temperature right around 275. It's getting pretty close. Super excited about this. So let's go ahead, do all of our ingredients, get that porchetta all tied up, and slap it on here. I want that internal temperature right around 140. We're gonna get this up to 275, and I'm guessing it's gonna go about 4 hours, 4.5 hours. We'll throw some probes in it just to kind of keep an eye on it, especially since I've never done this before, but and actually my first cook on this Louisiana Kamado style grill from Costco, 24 inches. It's got 2 racks in there, so that's a total of 48 inches of space. And yeah, so let's go ahead and get this going. So let's go ahead and go over our ingredients here. Nice piece of pork belly here. And what we're gonna do, one thing I was gonna do was gonna slice it this way, halfway down, and open it up and season it that way, but I decided I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna go ahead and leave it like it is, and the thing we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and season this thing. But let's go over the ingredients that we're gonna use. We're gonna use a little salt and pepper. Ran out of my, believe it or not, my ground up stuff. So we got some salt and pepper. We're gonna heavily do that, and some thyme, basil, some thyme, rosemary, and parsley. And I tried to get the fresh stuff. The only thing I couldn't get was this rosemary. It's not fresh, but I kind of put about 4 tablespoons of each in there. And then some zest of 3 lemons, plenty of lemon. You want to get on there. And then also about probably 6, 7 cloves I chopped up, diced up. And of course, we're gonna cook up some pork, about 1.5 pounds of pork, and 1.5 cups of bacon. And then we are gonna put some onions in there. So let's go ahead, season it. Actually, I'm gonna get the pork on right now, get that going while I season this up. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the pork right now. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to go ahead and get these onions and garlic kind of sauteed. So let's go ahead and put those on there. And I'm going to go ahead and just watch this garlic though. And get that all sauteed up. And then what we're going to do, after we get these sauteed, we're going to go ahead and throw the pork in here. And get that all cooked up. And then we're going to cook up some bacon, and that's going to be our stuffing. Also, I have a pork loin here that I'm going to hook up in here and roll up too. All right, let's go ahead and while those onions are sauteing, let's go ahead and put our ingredients here. So a little bit of some pepper. First, let's go salt. Let's go salt first. And don't be generous. It's a pretty big, good-sized piece of meat here. So, And I don't have my fresh ground up stuff. So there's some salt on there. Also, one thing I wanted to say is some people do it so many different ways, and you want that pig skin to be kind of dry. And some people will throw it in the fridge overnight, put salt on it. That's a good idea. I did not have time to do that. So, you know, I'm just saying you could do that too. So, good generous amount of pepper. And then with these onions. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and throw this pound and a half of pork on there. Got these onions kind of sauteed and garlic a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and add this pork to it. Kick up this pork. Okay, so we put some salt, pepper on here, and a little bit more pepper on here. I don't have my fresh ground stuff, which I would prefer. And don't forget this tenderloin here. Do the same thing with it. Okay, so let's go ahead and put our herbs on here. And rosemary. And I got about like roughly 3 to 4 tablespoons. Let's go ahead and do our thyme. Same thing, it's about roughly 4 tablespoons. And parsley. This is all fresh ground. The rosemary was the only one that I couldn't get any that was fresh. So I had to go get some dried stuff, which I'm not too big fan of. I probably put a little bit too much parsley on there, but that's okay. And then don't be afraid to, this is about 3 lemons of zest that I did. And you definitely don't want to get the white stuff off the lemon, because then it kind of tastes, you know, kind of weird. Get that weird tasting. And that's pretty much the seasoning. So let's get this other stuff cooked up, the bacon and the pork. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get this bacon cooked up. All right, let's go ahead and get this bacon all cooked up. And then we're going to mix this up with the ground pork and onions. Okay, so this bacon is about done. What we're going to do is take that the sausage and onions that we cooked and go ahead and drop that in there. Notice all the oil. We're going to go ahead and keep that oil in there. And that's our little mixture. And mix that all up. And this will be our stuffing. Turn that heat off. back to this pork belly here. One thing I did forget is Parmesan, and I really suggest that you use, I'm gonna use 2 cups of this, fresh Parmesan. That's the only way to go. And once again, I couldn't get any fresh Parmesan. So we're going with this bag stuff here. And like I said, I'm using like 2 cups on here. And then let's go ahead. Hopefully we can wrap this thing. Parmesan's so delicious. Let's flip this guy over. Stuffing. Let's go ahead and get the stuffing on here. Now that's going to be really, really interesting to see how this goes. Now we're going to try to roll this thing up. It's going to be really interesting. Luckily I'm outside and I can make a mess. First, let's all say a prayer that this works. All right. Okay, let's go ahead and roll this up. And you want to get this as tight as you can. All my stuffing's gonna just come pouring out. There we go. And we're gonna do this. I got a little hinge knot here, whatever you call that knot, and we're gonna just pull it through. And we're gonna come right back over here. Nice and tight. Pull that through. Back underneath. Get your hands messy. And I'm gonna go ahead and tie it there because I ran out of string. For now, I'll deal with that in a second. Get some more string here. It's not the most prettiest tie I just did, but it'll work. I feel like I'm in a fly field here with all these flies. We don't get flies that often up here in the Northwest, so not like in the South. Go underneath. That's where we're going to tie it. Which kind of looks pretty. Not really, though. With that tie. Not a fan of this butcher's twine. My wife ran in to get some from the butcher, and he said he didn't have any. And she went and grabbed this stuff. I feel like it's kite string. but I'm very thankful that she did it, so I'm not going to complain. Oh, I got a mess down here. So what I did in that kettle over there, I ended up what did I do? I put a pan down there to catch the oils and stuff of this, so you know it doesn't make a huge mess. And see how that goes. All right, that's gonna have to work. See how that works. And there she is. Do I need to put any more in there? It's pretty tied up. Doesn't look pretty. Kind of looks pretty. And there you are. Let's go ahead and slap this on the grill. All right, let's go ahead and get this guy on there. And I have as you can see, a pan under there to catch any of the drippings. So. And there she is. It's currently at 250, 275 is where I want it. And there she sits for probably about 4 hours. Been cooking here at about 275. We're a tad lower than I want to be. But for about 2 hours. And let's go ahead and check it out. About an hour, 45 minutes. Looks pretty good. I'm gonna move it back a little bit. It did roll on me. So there we go. It's been in, like I said, it's been in there for about an hour and a half, 2 hours. And we probably get a good couple more hours. Internal temperature is at 111. And let's go ahead and close that lid because, you know, if you're looking, you're not cooking. Okay, so our temp here has hit the temp. It's 140 right now. And let's check all over the place on this thing. And we're gonna give it a sear. I got the barbecue cranked up. Should hit about 500 degrees. That's about 137 right there. $141, $150. Ooh, $159. It's cranked up there. $160. That's definitely done. $157, $155. We're definitely done. We have one spot that's the thickest part of it. It's it's around 140. So let's go ahead and take this guy and go sear it. And we're cranked up there. We're about 5-6, between about 550.
Company number 5 backup. Request assemble and standby in quarters for the structure fire. Mount Tremper request on a mutual aid to assemble and standby with your tanker in quarters. Repeating, Woodstock Company number 5 requested to assemble and standby in quarters for your structure fire. Route 212 Lake Hill. Mount Tremper, you requested to assemble in quarters with your tank truck for Woodstock. Operating a structure fire. Route 212 Lake Hill near the Woodstock Post Office, Lake Hill. Also 901 to Woodstock, Company 1, 3, and 5, report of a barn fire. Numerous calls. This will be in the area of the post office in Lake Hill, number 3929 Route 212. Repeating, Woodstock, Companies 1, 3, and 5.
Okay, so that was an epic fail. Big time fire. I slapped it on, 500 to 600 degrees, and it instantly went up in flames, and I had grease fire, and I had to turn all that off. So what I'm going to try now, which is super kind of dangerous, and be careful doing this, is I'm going to go with hot oil, and then I'm going to drizzle it over the porchetta, something like that, however you pronounce it. And hopefully the skin will blister up a little bit. So I didn't ruin it. I got it off in time, but it's just something, you know, you always have to have a backup plan. I'm in the process of getting a better searer with a flame. That would have been good. Sticking it in an oven at 500 degrees, you know, that would be good. But this way, I want to get that blistering, you know, look. So, flames off. So let's do this real quick. Try to get it really close, and like I said, super hot oil. Be very careful. Like I said, you need to, this is, you know, you don't want kids around. You don't want to be drinking like Matty Madison said. I think he's the one that came up with this idea. Or, you know, or he does it this way. Another good YouTube channel. Yeah, I can smell it. It's doing its thing. Come on, I want to see a blister. And I will do one more scoop. And we're gonna call this done. Okay, so there's our finished product. You can see how beautiful it is. Turned out pretty nice. I just wish that I could have did a little bit better on that skin. I poured hot oil over it. It is crispy, but it's not to my liking. So. Okay, so let's go ahead and give this a cut and check this out. Like I said, I wish it could have got a little bit more crunchier, but to be honest, I think it's pretty well. This is the end piece, so. Oh my goodness, that smells delicious. Okay, so I'm gonna give it another cut here. Oh man. There it is. So, pretty crunchy. I'd like to get a little bit more crunchier, but there it is. And let's go ahead and give this a try. Okay, not gonna lie that this looks super, super amazing. I'm gonna get a little piece here, try to get the whole thing on a plate. It is a little crispy. I guess I need a fork, huh? That would. Okay. Okay. So here you go. Take a look at that. Focus, focus. Come on. That's what it looks like. Super, 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 super amazing. And let's go ahead and give this a try. The inside is full of what is it? Bacon, sausage, some herbs, onions, and that's the tenderloin right there. Let's try this. Guess I need a knife on that. Is it good? It's actually amazing. All right, so let's go ahead and try the pork belly. Not bad. my little stuffing. It was pretty dang good. My first one, so I don't know how awesome it's supposed to taste or what, but it tastes pretty dang good. Thank you for watching. Hope you like what I made, and do me a favor, always hit that thumbs up. That's watching anybody's YouTube channel or whatever. It always helps their channel and helps them. It's just a good courtesy to hit that thumbs up if you like it. If you don't, go ahead and hit the thumbs down, but we like to hit, see those thumbs up. Also, if you haven't subscribed and you like my channel, please do me a huge favor. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below. And I hope everybody has a fabulous day, and I'll see you on the next cook.